Welcome back to Arkansas Style. Many of us regularly recycle, but how many of us are unknowingly doing it incorrectly? Craig Douglas, Executive Director of Regional Recycling, is joining us today to break down some of the do's and don'ts of recycling to make sure we are getting the most out of our efforts. Sir, thank you for being here.
Thank you, Nicole.
First of all, I must compliment you on your fashion. You're looking very stylish.
Only because of the respect that I give this show.
I appreciate that. Okay, I am really curious to learn about ways in which the recycling do's and don'ts happen.
Well, let me tell you first that the Regional Recycling District is Pulaski County. There are 18 regional solid waste management districts throughout the state. We're just one of them for the county. Recycling, the importance of it really is, it starts with the consumer, with the residential consumer. If the consumer does not participate and know how to do recycling right, the whole process doesn't work. And our objective is to keep as many recyclable items in the recycling system and to divert them from landfills. That's what we're trying to do. And so the real objective of what we try to do through our communications program is make sure that people are doing recycling right.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Okay. One of the things that is important is that it's important for folks to understand the amount of recycling we're currently doing in Pulaski County. Last year in 2022, we recycled over 12,000 tons of recycled materials. Now that's 12,000 tons that didn't end up in the landfill. What we want folks to do are the basics: to recycle paper, to recycle empty plastic bottles and jugs. If you look on the bottom, they're the number 1 and number 2s. We want that. We want you to recycle empty cans, whether they're tin cans, aluminum, or steel cans. And we also want you to recycle electronics, plastic bags, and also household hazardous waste. Now, only the paper, the cans, and the basic materials, the paper, the cans, and the other materials I mentioned go in your recycling cart. Electronics and household hazardous waste, as well as plastic bags and glass, they go to our green stations. And the green stations are drop-off stations, and you can find those locations at mydoright.com.
Okay.
mydoright.com will give you the locations and the time of operation. And so paper, empty plastic bottles and jugs, and empty tin cans, aluminum cans, and steel cans, those are the basics that go in your recycling cart along with cardboard. But cardboard needs to be broken down and fit inside the cart.
Okay, well that's super helpful. You brought some show and tell here for
I
you
did.
too, right?
One of the industry words that is used is a contaminated cart. Your recycling cart that goes to the curb at your recycling day, it needs to be containing only those items I mentioned. One problem we have is what we call contamination. And contamination, the number 1 offender are plastic bags. Never put a plastic bag in your recycling cart, no matter what is in it. Whether it's a shopping bag or a grocery bag, a retail bag, a trash bag, none of that goes in your recycling cart.
So let me just interrupt you here for 1 second.
Sure.
So I've got all my tin cans at home, and I put them in a garbage bag, and I take them out to the recycling bin, contaminated.
Yes.
Holy cow.
Yes.
Okay.
What the risk you're running is that Waste Management, who has the contract to pick up recyclables at the curb, if they see a plastic bag, if the driver sees a plastic bag in the cart, most likely will not pick up your cart. And so what we tell people very simply is anything you can wrap around your arm, do not put it in your recycling cart. Because what it does, the recycling machinery that separates all these things, this tangles it up. And it shuts down the machinery and everything comes to a halt.
So one more time,
Sure.
remind people specifically what can go in that recycling cart.
The recycling cart, the basics are empty plastic bottles and jugs, 1s and 2s, paper, and that would be any kind of stationery, newspapers, any kind of random junk mail, and also empty tin cans, aluminum cans, and steel cans. The other items I mentioned, electronics, household hazardous waste, glass, and plastic bags, go to the green stations. MyDoRight.com will give you all the basics.
Super helpful, Craig. I
Sure.
mean, really, you taught me something.
Good.
You know, I know it's convenient to put all those tin cans in a garbage bag and put them in your bin, but instead of leaving the plastic bag in there, just dump it out.
Dump it out. Put it in loose.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. Well, lovely to meet you. Thank you for
Thank
the
you,
help.
Nicole.
I appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
And the people who have, you know, the best intentions at heart, you know, are not trying to contaminate their recyclables. So now we've taught them something.
We want you to participate and do it right.
I got it. Thank you very much. Now, for more information on recycling and waste management, you can visit their website, regionalrecycling.org. Coming up next, we're getting all the details on what it takes to make a short film in 48 hours. Stick around, you're watching Arkansas Style.